This is the American Dream TV, and I'm your host, Linda Clore, and local real estate expert. Today, we are at the Tiny House Festival in Brighton, Colorado. Have you been dreaming about a lifestyle change, maybe downsizing? Well, hopefully this festival will give you a little glimpse into what that lifestyle could look like. I'm really excited for this one, you guys. Let's go check it out. Okay, we are here with Art Labach, and he is the organizer of the festival. So Art, tell us a little bit about how did this organization start? How did you get started?
So actually, there used to be a festival in Colorado called the Tiny House Jamboree. And it was in 2015, 2016 down in Colorado Springs. They sold that festival to a big marketing or event organization company down in Texas. Okay. They moved it to Texas. People in Colorado were not happy. So as a builder of tiny homes, a new builder of tiny homes at the time, we just talked about it, my family, and said, let's give it a shot. And so we had 5 weeks. We put our first festival on at the Wild Animal Sanctuary in Keensburg.
Can you give us a rough idea of if somebody wanted to purchase one of these homes, what would the cost be? How does that range in cost?
It depends really on the size of the structure and the type. So obviously a camper van would be potentially very expensive because you're buying a vehicle. But most tiny homes on wheels will go for about $50,000-$60,000 and can go as high as about $150,000.
And if somebody purchased one, where would they park it? Where do you put these vehicles?
There are tiny home communities. There are some in Colorado. There's actually 3, I think, in Durango. And then a lot of rural places will allow you to park a tiny house. But the more important thing is that the Colorado legitimized tiny homes on wheels as a completely different category of housing last year. So you can technically buy land in an unincorporated county and use a tiny home as your primary residence. The only catch to that is that we're still waiting for some of the jurisdictions to adopt those rules.
Why do you think that these tiny homes are so popular now? Do you think it's just people, the cost of them, or is it lifestyle? They really just want to simplify?
If you asked me this question 7 years ago, it would be very different. Today, it's a very wide spectrum of people buying tiny homes. So there are older folks who are looking to take care of less home and downsize. That's probably the largest segment of the market. Okay. And then there's another segment of the market of people looking for an alternative second dwelling. And you know, it can be very expensive to put in a large vacation home or to build an Airbnb.
Sure.
And these are kind of a shortcut to doing that.
Okay, we are with Dan with Frontier Tiny Homes. We're so excited to be here. Thank you for having us. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the tiny homes that you build.
Well, what we've been trying to focus on is building what we call luxury tiny homes on a budget. We try to focus on some of the finer details and make people really feel like they're living in a true home, not like a shed or something. So that's been our real goal, and it's been great for all of our customers so far. They're really loving our products, and we're really excited to be doing something that is this rewarding, seeing people so happy with the end result.
Okay, Art, where are we off to next?
So this is New Creation Tiny Homes. They're out of Grand Junction, Colorado.
Excellent. Oh, wow. Okay, Art, tell us what's going on here.
This is actually like almost like your backyard office, you know what I mean?
I love it.
Or even a she shed, I guess you could do that.
I could use this in my backyard.
Yeah, so this is actually set up as a mobile office. So it's got some storage, it's got a desk, and
then does that open?
Yep, this is like a hidden door, so there's some space back here.
I love it. Great idea. Okay, Art, so we're at J. Clay, and this won Best in Show a couple of years in a row, you said, right?
Yes, Drew, the owner of J. Clay, he brought a different home a few years ago, and it won Best in Show 2 years in a row. This is actually a 1942 Spartan. So this is another thing you'll see at the festival where people have taken older campers, like RVs, and they've completely redone them.
Wow, this is super cool. So Art, tell us about this converted school bus here.
So this is built by some DIYers. They're here.
Okay.
And this is actually their home. So they built this, they live in it, and they travel in it.
Okay, let's go check it out. I'm Linda Clare with the American Dream TV. I appreciate you joining me today on this hot Colorado day at the Tiny Home Fest here in Brighton, Colorado. I look forward to seeing you at the next episode.